Should we do the 50-50 now or wait till later? Now. Can you come help us? Can you come pick the winning ticket for us? You. Come on up. No, not from yours. Come on up here. You're going to put your hand in the bucket. Yep. We have a new record at the annual meeting. How much is it? $445 to the winner. So that's phenomenal. Thank you everybody that bought tickets. $20 if you pull mine. Hey, I need you here. $20 if you pull my ticket. 40. Yep. Okay. One ticket. Here we go. It's a red ticket. Okay. We have 805. 535. Nobody comes forward. New ticket. Blue one. Oh. I want to see the ticket. I don't trust Mark the husband. Very good, Mark. Here's $5. Thanks for playing. Hey, careful. Now you gotta go check the mirror. Oh, don't worry. Becky will spend it.
We'll all sit there tonight. Get downstairs, Mark.
Bar's open.
I got some
Do want to mention on your tables, you will see when we talked about the memorial flame earlier, you'll see a little plate of fudge that was donated by the Springer family on each and every table. That was in remembrance of Carol for the auction. Many of you will know Carol was very much so a staple of the association, and very much so buying any fudge that went through the auction. So as you have a piece of that, remember her in your thoughts. And there is some chocolate candy in the auction, so bid high and bid often on that. With that, I do want to introduce our special guest this evening, USTA Executive Vice President Mike Tanner.
Yeah, they tell you before you speak at any function like this, you don't want to follow anyone who's wittier than you are, or anyone that's cuter than you are too. So I'm in big trouble.
Thanks, Mike.
I asked Gabe if there was anything he wanted me to touch upon, and he asked me to remind you what a wonderful horseman he is. We good now? Okay, that's great.
You can keep going.
We're on a tight schedule. First of all, I want to thank everybody for inviting me here. It's been a couple of years. I've tried to get up here, and schedule never really did permit. And then yesterday, Delta Airlines tried not to permit it, but everything worked out okay, and it is great being here. Gabe asked me, in all seriousness, just to talk a little bit about the USTA and what we're doing, and I won't be long. The organization's been around since 1938, and it started because of a bunch of organizations like yours, really, that raced horses, and we're looking for a governing body to kind of help organize the sport. And there were 4 or 5 of them back then, and the USTA happened to be the biggest one. And they merged and wound up in Columbus, and so we're celebrating our 75th anniversary this year, and we're pretty proud of that. At the heart of our organization, we really are a customer service entity. We exist to promote harness racing. We want to make it easy for people to get involved, easy to race their horses, easy to expand their businesses within the game, and we want to encourage people in the pari-mutuel states to wager on harness racing. There's so much that's good in this sport. And while competition has never been higher for us and for our industry, there are still so many selling points, and I look out in the room tonight, and I'm looking at a whole bunch of them right here. we're involved in a couple of fairly major projects that we hope to see come to fruition within the next 12 months. The biggest of which is an online entry platform that will allow people to enter their horses using their handheld devices, using their personal computers, and that will interact with the USTA's E-Track race office program. We anticipate this having a shelf life of development of about 12 months, maybe 18 at the outset, but we think we can get this done this year, and that'll be offered to everybody at no cost. Recently we've gotten involved in trying to promote the parimutuel side of the sport as well, perhaps more than we have in previous years. The World Harness Handicapping Championship is going to take place at the Meadowlands in April, and we're offering a bunch of free online contests and trying to bring people over from the thoroughbred side who perhaps haven't really considered our sport so much. So far, all of the contests have been sold out. We've had 1,000 entries in each of them, the majority of them thoroughbred players, so we think we're exposing people to the game that way. We moved our driving school this past year from Columbus, where, quite frankly, it was easy to put on, but we saw participation waning a little bit, so we took it back east, and we took it to Goshen and the Hall of Fame. And our entries, our participants jumped up there, and we think we were able to give people a kind of a first-hand impression of all that's great about this game. Quick little personal story. I started in this job at the end of 2008, and so the 2009 driving school was the first one I was exposed to. My wife is a school teacher, teaches elementary education, 5th grade actually, and we just moved out there, and she didn't have a job yet, and she said, I want to do driving school. And neither one of us grew up around horses. I think whatever Gail learned about harness racing, she learned just from trailing around after me as I went to the racetracks. So she did that for a week, and the next thing I knew, she cut a deal with a local trainer where she was going to go by on Saturdays and catch stalls, and he was going to keep working with her to jog a horse. And then after that, we owned a horse. So I have a kid in college. He's graduating in May, and I've been told that another horse is coming after David gets out. So I tell this story because that's not rare. So many times people who haven't been exposed to harness racing get that hands-on experience, and they want to get involved. I think the grassroots participation is the best marketing tool that we have. And so you are all our best marketing agents. You bring your family, you bring your friends out, people get involved, and we're just going to grow this game one person at a time. We also have a night school that we've been doing, again, utilizing our online platforms to try to teach people how to handicap. To teach them it's not that mystical, and it's a game that adults can play. To me, sitting down, I so rarely have the time to do it, but sitting down with a race program and just handicapping out a card and then watching the races is just one of the best ways to spend a couple hours in the afternoon or at night. I mentioned that we're a customer service organization. We've been around for 75 years. We want to be around another 75 years or so. No secret that the business levels have receded a bit in the past couple of decades, and so we're busy trying to be good fiscal stewards of your money in Columbus. When I started, we had 60 people. Through attrition, mostly retirements, we're down to about 48 or 49 right now. That's probably close to right size. As a result, I've seen a whole bunch of people just absolutely step up and run with the ball. And we've got a really nice nucleus of good young talent at the USTA. I'll mention two in particular, one who's in this room. T.C. Lane is my new registrar, and he's a guy who absolutely gets the game at several different levels. And he's someone that you've probably dealt with if you've registered horses, and you will in the future. Just a great guy with some great ideas. Jessica Schroeder is our outreach coordinator. She's done some really good things in the brief time that she's been with us. Jess, we got a couple other things we're going to throw on your plate too, and I look forward to you being with us a whole long time and going on and doing bigger and better things within the organization. So it's just a great staff. I wish I could have brought all 40 some odd of them with me because they just love the game. And they work hard, and I'm really privileged to be with them. I'm also privileged to be with you tonight. It's great to celebrate the great things that happen in the sport. And I was looking through the program, and this is the best part of my job. I get paid to be here. I get paid to go to happy things like this. I get paid to go to the track. There are days, I will be honest, that I get phone calls in the office that I think, why am I doing this? But those are very, very rare. And so I want to extend congratulations to all the winners tonight, especially to your Hall of Fame inductees, Susan Schroeder and Dr. West. It's just a great night. I'm so pleased to be here in Wisconsin with you, and thank you so much for your time.
thanks, Mike. He'll be here all evening, so if you have any questions about the USGA, anything they do, go ahead and corner him. He'll be happy.